Has someone who registered PO for a standard Grand Prix, I can tell you, it's not as good. This hand is fine. We get to play a turn 2 Oko. Basically a turn 1 Oko because of Time Walk, so. Almost wish it was a Narset just so we could try to wheel, but. Yeah, I'll flip back there a second. We're probably going to play the League with the Karn deck, Jeremy, so it's going to be. You'll see more of it. It's really fun deck to play. I don't think it's very good, but it's really, really fun to play. So the next question here is if we jam our Oko into the represented Pyroblast or Spell Pierce, and my answer to that is absolutely. Let's jam. We're not doing anything if we don't, so. The next question would be, if opponent were to Pyroblast this, would we counter back? So they forced it pitching a Narset. I'm pretty down to see if opponents got more. REPO is not very good here. We're just going to make a food. If we lose our Oko, we lose our Oko, and then we just wheel. So it's going to turn on our Opal, which is sweet. Man, I wish I was watching my videos at work. Wait, do I? Glad to hear. I can make your work a little bit better. Preordain. So really still could be any, okay, opponent has decided the Preordain was not good enough, and they don't want to fight Oko, the most powerful Planeswalker ever printed, which is fair. I think I'm going to make a call and say this is Xerox. I'm just going to do the Hydras. Do the Hydra dance. Take that, bring that in, bring that in, bring that in. Bring that in. We're going to take out 1, 2, 3 POs, 1, 2, 3 Opals. Actually, we'll go with 2 POs, and we'll play this configuration here. Alright, this hand's really good. Pretty early Hydra with Pyroblast. If the opponent is actually on Xerox, this is a pretty strong hand. Obviously, it doesn't answer swords, but ooh, it could be Rug Walkers. It is Rug Walkers. Still, the configuration you want to do, but you also probably want to bring in a another basic in this matchup. If they're playing the Wasteland version. If they're not playing the Wasteland version, maybe not. So I think I am gonna sacrifice some Hydra value and just start off probing. If opponent doesn't have, you know, the correct reactionary spells to Mana Gorge or Hydra, we would just jam here. They do have Force of Will, which makes it so we're obviously just not gonna just jam into that when we have the ability to Pyroblast. So what are we gonna do? We are just going to no reason to play out our anything, I think. Well, we actually have no more red sources, so if we wanted to Pyroblast on their turn, we have to play a Volcanic out, which exposes us to a top deck Wasteland, but I think that's probably fine. Not, and we also need to fetch green off of this Flooded Strand anyways, so it's like, do I expose this to a top deck Wasteland to hold on Pyroblast? And I think the answer to that question is yes. Alright, so there's Renin 6. We don't really care about Renin 6 unless they start bringing back Wastelands, in which case we immediately care about Renin 6. Interesting. Ancestral Recall. I think it's still better to just start by jamming this Mana Gorge or Hydra with Pyroblast back up. I assume this will take the Force of Will. It did not take the Force of Will Gush. Maybe they expect to be able to Renin 6 this? I think that would be an interesting play for the opponent to make. I guess we will lose our Ancestral. I think that's fine. Oh, they drew Lightning Bolt off the top. All right, this play makes a lot more sense when they have a Lightning Bolt off the top. So we're going to lose our Hydra and our Ancestral. Wow. I mean, Lightning Bolt's certainly a good one there. Oh, are they going to Gush instead? They hit a blue card as well? They hit a blue card as well. Well then. Okay. So we just got all of our shit answered from an opponent who had no answers in hand. Not really no answers, but it certainly wasn't looking good for opponent, and it certainly does now. Wow, that's insane. Alright, so we're gonna lose pretty badly here. Oh, they did not steal our Moxen. Alright, we still have a shot. I mean, they had Force. We knew about Force, but drawing into Lightning Bolt, obviously quite strong. So we're looking for, that's exactly what we're looking for. I was about to say, we're looking for another Moxen. And this is actually the best kind of Moxen, as it lets us continually, I mean, we actually can't continually PO because we do not have, you know, multiple POs in our deck, but. So I'm going to maximize my Mana Gorger Hydra here. To do so, we're just going to play out. I guess we're actually just going to play out one Moxen to start. Better than tapping our Mana Vault. So the boarded plan is actually a little different for the RUGw deck compared to the normal Xerox deck, but we'll have to see after we go to game 3. Obviously, this is going to be pretty good for us here, as long as we can get it above this Tarmogoyf. They don't really have ways to remove this card, but Wrenn and 6 Stack Fading is a pretty insane draw engine, so probably going to be hard for us to counteract that, especially with not having POs in our deck. But it doesn't take too much to turn the corner here for us. So opponent activated Dak post-combat again and missed another point. So we should be at 6. Chose not to shuffle, took one card, and then shuffled away with Fetch Land. Is this going to be Time Walk? Or is this going to be a Treasure Cruise? Looks like a Treasure Cruise. Can't say I'm a fan of that happening to me. So, yeah. Not ideal. Not ideal. I still think I like the Mana Gorger Hydra line we took anyways. Like, we would typically just get Force of Will on our Ancestral, which is like not that big a deal. I don't know. Alright, we hit an POko, which is pretty interesting here. I could consider... I guess we should figure out if it resolves first, right? So like we have a lot of options. I think the one that I like the most is turn Goyf into an elk and attack face? No, that can't be it. Turn Sapphire. Oh, I kind of wanted to use this Pearl and leave the Jet untapped so that we had the ability to play Mentor. I don't know if making a 3/3 to chump a Goyf is what we want to be doing. We have like an additional option of just making a food. It's pretty hard for us to die to anything that's not Time Walk if we make a food. I guess it's pretty hard to die to not Time Walk if we turn the... Oh, this is just getting Pyroblasted. Alright, so this got Pyroblasted. I'm going to attack. Obviously, if opponent has a Lightning Bolt or a Time Walk, we're going to die. But I think the only way we truly win this game... Well, let's think. If I block here and they Lightning Bolt, that's never going to work. But they do get to just draw a million cards every turn. And if they have any kind of answers, we get answered. I like just attacking and making him have it, I think. I don't think playing not to lose here is a good plan. Obviously, there are a million ways this backfires and we die, but I think I like it. So, opponent just needs Lightning Bolt or Time Walk to win. I guess there are also ways of, like, pitching spells. Pitching some kind of thing. And then, like, double Ren and 6 minusing. But them at 5 actually means that even if they leave one Tarmogoyf back to block here, it's not good enough, which is pretty good for us. Is this going to be dig through time? No, another Preordain. So they actually, with the Lotus in their yard, they did get Tarmogoyf to 6/7. So if they hit another Ren and 6, they can attack with Tarmogoyf minus Ren and 6, play a new Ren and 6 minus Ren and 6. Alright, they found a Lightning Bolt. So we died. But I mean, this... I don't really think this ends in a better way for us by waiting. They're not really obliged to cast any spells with having a Dak Fade in. So I don't really... I think I like the play we chose to make. I do want no Opal, double... I can change it around because I like to have one more explosive Opal and one less top against the Oof version. And then I like to have an island in if possible. I don't think they're on Wastelands though. Actually, we saw Mystic Sanctuary, so we don't need an island. So we'll just run with this. Alright, on the play, we've got no blue. Mulligan. Yeah, that's fine. We'll keep that. I'm going to just jam the PO here. If they want to force my divination, they're certainly allowed to. Might even force back. Alright. Yeah, I'd like to just deploy this Mana Vault here. Alright, so that's not too bad. We were able to kind of rebuy, refill our hand a little bit. Shouldn't have to force most plays. Jesus Christ. Yeah. You got an Ancestral. Probably might have Pyroblast back up too. It's possible. Alright, so they have to pitch a card. Not terrible for us. think they have Pyroblast. I'm going to lead with the Managorger instead of the Narset. Obviously, if they have Lightning Bolt, we have to counter it, but besides that, Red and 6 doesn't do it because we already have the Hydra in play. Not a really bad place to be. I'd like to, if they don't answer the Managorger Hydra this turn, I'd like to be able to draw a blue spell so we can go Narset with Force back up. They found a Lightning Bolt. Well, that's really bad for us. Because now they have Lightning Bolt and probably the ability to Pyroblast. If we force it, we have nothing left in the tank. I think I'd rather have the ability to hold Force up than cast both spells in the turn. If my opponent had forced... I don't even know if my opponent had forced the Hydra if I would have done a Narset. I guess I probably would have. I don't know. Narset's like not super great against the opponent's deck. Alright, so they have Pyroblast too. Oh, they have Veil of Summer. Wonderful. But unfortunately for opponent, Veil of Summer adds a counter, and Force of Will adds a counter. So somehow, I don't think that kills Managorger Hydra. Much appreciated. I accept. That's a shame. That's not. That might be a shame concede. Might be a shame concede. We still weren't drawing much, but obviously a 5/5 Hydra is a lot to deal with. Hydra, not the easiest card for RUGw to beat, especially a resolved Hydra. Ah, the bait. I baited them with thoughts of glory. It was never a Pyroblast.